I wanted to do something new on this video. I thought it was time for a cumulative review. This is a collection of moments from the past 2-ish years of my life with a voiceover expressing what I've learned in my blind faith with God. This is going to be a lot of pictures and screenshots and things that I've documented over the years, going from my own apartment with my oldest son, Caleb, who is an adult, and my youngest son, Colin, who is now 12, but he was 9 when all of this really started. I lived in an apartment with them, had a at-home bakery, moved in with my uncle, and eventually was locked out and had my son removed from my custody. I'm not allowed to talk about some of those things, but I am allowed to share all of these things that God told me to document, including this YouTube channel. Everything that I have done has been with intention over these past couple of years, and I wouldn't take any of it back for anything in the world because it has taught me so very much about myself and what I'm capable of. I wanted to make sure that I could help others with what I've been through and that nothing ever will be in vain. So I wanted to share all of this with you. A lot of it has been on my community tab and some of it's just been in my phone until now, but I put it all together. It is definitely not in chronological order, but in listening to this story or having listened to some of my other videos, hopefully it will make sense to you guys because it is priceless to me. So, God is within you. All of the answers are already inside of you. Everything that you could ever possibly need is within. Your intuition will guide you. Your discernment is your built in God detector. It will tell you whether God is in something or it's not. You can all read energy. We all have gifts. You just have to hone them. Almost 4 years ago, I prayed for this entire experience, this roller coaster ride that has been out of control. It's hard to believe that, but it's true. I prayed for all of this, all of it on my knees in my closet one night, covered with soft serve from Dairy Queen that made my shirt stand up by itself. It was so stiff. I got on my knees and I told God I wanted everything to be different, that I wanted to live a different way. And I didn't know how it would happen. I didn't know when it would happen or how long it would take, but I knew that He would get me on my path and in my purpose where I was supposed to be because I knew that this ain't it. So I wanted to elevate. I wanted to step into my purpose and fully embrace the powerful divine being that I've always been, but I didn't know how to get out of the karmic cycles. The roadmap was not clear at all. It wasn't a straight line, and it ended up being very, very painful, but equally as beautiful. Taylor Welch on his podcast said, to gain your life, you have to first lose it. You don't grind, you don't rest into it, you obey. And I resonate with that very, very well. God tells you to try even if you don't know what you're doing, and He calls us out of our comfort zones. I took my heart out of my chest when my son was taken from me, and I placed it in God's hands. He taught me how to live again without all of the things that I thought that I needed. He carried me when I couldn't walk, and He showed me the way forward, even if it meant taking itty bitty baby steps, which is what I did at first. God knows how to speak to you in ways that will get your attention. Learn to lean into that and listen on a soul level. Lean not on your own understanding. It could be songs, it could be movies, it could be books, it could be people that you meet, it could be things that you find, it could just be a feeling or a thought or emotions. Things are rarely what they look like with the human eye. I've now shed all of the things, every single thing that doesn't serve my highest good. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't vape, I don't have any vices at all, actually, including caffeine and sexual contact, which all of those are the same in the way that it gets easier the longer that you go without them. You don't even really miss them that bad. The reset button has been pressed, long been pressed. I no longer desire to fit in, to people please, thank the Lord, to conform. I question everything while being fiercely sovereign. God will pull away anything inauthentic during this time of your life. Anyone that has been wearing a mask, preying on your downfall, or not walking in their purpose so that you will vibrate at a higher frequency. I radiate that frequency, and I know that I'm attracting others that are the same. That's how frequency works. I'm tuning into what I want on the outside by first becoming it on the inside. What you once admired will no longer be desired when you are removed from the previous settings. You will be super clear on what it was the entire time. Unhealed people, our children in adult bodies, pray that they look for their own lighthouses and that the beacons will guide them safely to a new and sturdy foundation. They may have to endure a collapse, but it is the truth that will set them free. Once they know they can never go back, their soul will literally reject it all, and that's a gift. Either way, you will no longer be unknowingly providing protection to them with your light. You can honestly say that you did what you were instructed to do, you warned them if necessary, and that is where our lessons with those souls have to end. I fully embrace who I am at the core, and I shine my light for the world to see. I pray that anyone who wants that freedom, also known as a little slice of heaven on earth, can do the same. Just know to hold on tight for the ride of your life. It's hard, but it's going to be so worth it. You can't fake it either, or let your ego lead. God will humble you over and over and over again until you get it right. A few months ago, I started reading the Bible, and now I went to a Christian school when I first started school. I've been a preacher's son's wife. I've gone to many, 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 many churches, and I used to memorize Bible verses for school, but I've never read the Bible in its entirety. But I had read during trying times Psalms over and over and over again. And I would do that on my lunch break in my car. And I decided that I wanted to read it all this time. So that when I was talking to Christians who I don't always necessarily agree with, I would have a leg to stand on. And I would say, the majority of the way through it, but I still come back to Psalms, especially Psalms 91. It's probably my favorite verse at this point in my life, and I wanted to put that on this recording for those who haven't heard it and that want to seek solace and know that if God has put you in
And then I'm like,
something, He's
of course,
testing
away,
you,
right?
but you may be more of a test for others if you haven't done anything wrong. And if you know that in your heart, trust Him. He's going to bring you all the way through it. And that's what this verse is about. It says, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up. Lest you dash your foot against a stone, you shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. And I say that every night, every single night I say that. And I don't believe that you have to go to church. We are the church. The kingdom of God is within us. That's what I believe Jesus was teaching, to go within. We are the healers, the divine, and the way to God is inside of us. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're doing it wrong because you aren't in a building that hustles your money and judges you, also encouraging you to judge others, then teaching you just judge not lest you be judged with a straight face. As long as you're providing God a vessel to reside in that's pure, you're on the right track. The moment you start considering a contract with the devil for a quick come up is when you need to course correct and hit your knees. You'll know when a gift is free, clear, and rightfully earned through obedience. If it's not, run the other way and don't look back. I heard someone say the other day that if you weren't fed love from spoons, you'll learn to lick it from knives, and that is so true. That's what I've done most of my life. You have to really get away from all those things before you start to see it clearly, and your judgment's not clouded anymore, and they're not allowed to hurt you over and over, so there's no way to get out of it as long as you think that you need that. But you have to learn to love yourself, to know your worth, to not let anyone ever cheat you out of it, period. Sometimes that takes reparenting yourself, unlearning things, lots of things. We are conditioned from birth by our family, our school, religion, society, the government. It all tells you what they want you to be, and it benefits them. That's the whole plan and why it's designed that way. But finding your way in the darkness to something healthy when no one's ever taught you what healthy looks like is necessary. When I was growing up, hardly anyone said I love you or hugged each other, and when they did, it always looked extremely uncomfortable for them to receive it. So in turn, I chased love, and I accepted the bare minimum, mostly breadcrumbs and dangling carrots. Now I know that you have to give it to yourself first before you can give it to anyone else. And it's necessary to be alone sometimes until we're good at filling our own cup and then filling the cups of others with the overflow only. Establish a self-care journey, and it will look different for all of you, but for me, it looks like skincare, bubble baths, and adventures that don't cost me much money or any money at all. Learning how to cook my favorite foods and some new things that I didn't even know that I liked or could make. But I learned how to cut my own hair so that it can look good even when the length starts weighing my curls down and I don't have the money for a haircut. I talk to myself in a way that I hope makes God proud of what He created in me, because now I see and know how special that I am. I went on a birthday dinner with myself last year. I went to a place in town where I knew that they had free birthday dinners, and I sat by myself and I paid for a dessert, and I still did something. I wanted to make sure that I show love to myself all the time without exception. Don't ever feel guilty about doing that, and don't ever stop. Always, always know how special you are and how God loves you. And there's lots of support in the spiritual that you don't even know is there for you, but you're never alone. Don't be afraid, anxious, or worry about anything. You have survived 100% of the storms you've had to endure. Blind faith is terrifying at first, but God has always provided what you need, lesson or blessing. He's make sure that you've got where you needed to be. You have to regulate your nervous system, and that's maybe the hardest part. It's not easy to do when you've been in survival mode or fight or flight most of your life. You do this by deep breathing, meditation, gratitude, grounding yourself in nature, journaling, staying in the now, and just letting go. Move your body. Lord knows I've walked hundreds, if not thousands, of miles during this time of my life. I've faced eviction 2 or 3 times while I've been in this apartment. I've not had a job since November, the end of November, but God has always found a way to provide for me. I think I need to be out of here by the 18th of this month if nothing comes. And I know that something will come. I don't worry about it at all. It's always there when I need it in whatever way that it needs to be here. So please don't worry. Please trust in Him. I was taught my position in this world because of my haters. Because if I didn't have what it takes, then why would those who didn't appreciate me want to harm me so much? Why would they need to recruit so many others to help? Why would the narrative need to be so nasty? Thieves don't break into empty houses, guys. And I thank them all so very much for showing me who I am in the spirit, because my purpose here is big. And if it wasn't, they wouldn't be trying so hard. You're royalty. So don't compromise that for anyone. Don't second guess yourself or for one more second care about what anyone thinks or says about you. No one that's ever spoken bad about me have I wanted to trade places with them. So don't respond, don't react, keep going. There are no mistakes, accidents, or coincidences. I learned that I've always been an alchemist, and so are all of you. Anything traumatic or painful that has happened to us, that energy has been transmuted in order for us to survive it. Most of us are also fragmented. That is a defense mechanism that steps in to protect us from it ever happening again. And shadow work is very important for healing so that we don't keep pushing things down, numbing it, or refusing to acknowledge that it ever happened. It's like taking a psychotic Rubik's Cube and making it work for you. Honor it, change your perspective, shift your focus, forgive yourself and others, and show grace. Cracked eggs still make omelets. Turn your pain into purpose. Establish a platform of some kind. Speak from the heart and mean what you say. Walk the walk and be authentic. Do not feel sorry for yourself. Commiserate with others or wallow in any situation. And don't hurt anyone else with your pain. Fill yourself with prayer and with inspiration from others. Get up, dust yourself off, and figure out how you can help others with the lessons you've learned from it all. Lend your strength in hopes that it will help and that they will pay it forward. I learned that the only way out is through. Once you're in blind faith, always show up. Don't give up and don't go back. You have to face it all head on. That's the only way that you'll ever make it out. Feel everything, every little thing. Some pictures in here of me crying. Don't even begin to touch the amount of times that I had to feel my pain and let it out. I was in the bathroom sobbing so many times, or crying on break, or on the way to work. Just know that your tears are healing and that you have to take the road less traveled. It will be longer, but be patient. No one wants a half-baked cake. You'll have to lose some battles to win the war, but know that God will put you in those positions and He never leaves you mid-mission. You are right where you are supposed to be. You are loved, supported, and protected. The only constant is change, so get comfortable with that. It's like pulling the plug on the drain. Surrender to the flow. And all of the seemingly meaningless things you've done up to this point in your life have prepared you for this very moment in time. things you might have been disappointed by from your past, what might have looked like a waste of time or a dead end, and things that were only a blip on your radar were all pieces that were needed to complete this puzzle. We are all one, even though we are in separate bodies. We are all part of collective consciousness, and some people call it God, some call it source, call it whatever you want, call it nothing at all. But the fact of the matter is, it's you. You don't have to like people to love them, but you are them and they are you. You don't have to be nice, just be a good person. I'm grateful for every person, place, or thing along this journey. Nothing was all good or all bad. Everything had a reason if God allowed it to happen, and everything definitely had a silver lining to be found. I hope you've enjoyed this little change up on my channel. But I love you, God loves you, and you are never alone. I'll see you later. Bye.